There are three planes of existence that govern the whole of life: the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. Each one is a reflection of the other, each one inseparable, each one part of a single movement of being. To understand them is to understand life itself. To awaken to their unity is to unlock the deepest potential that lies dormant within every human being. Let's begin where we always are: the physical plane. This is the world of matter, form, body, time, and motion. It's what we see, touch, and interact with every single day. It's where action takes place, where thoughts become tangible, where ideas take shape, and where every spiritual insight must find its expression. The physical world is not something to be denied. It is the manifestation of everything unseen. Your body, your environment, your relationships. They are mirrors of inner movement. If there's chaos within, there will be confusion without. If there's clarity within, life begins to flow. You cannot escape the physical plane. It is sacred in its own right. The body is a temple of awareness. The physical is the school where consciousness practices its truth. But the physical alone is not enough. Because the moment you stop at the surface, life becomes mechanical, repetitive, dull, predictable. You begin to act without knowing why you act. You respond from habit instead of awareness. That is where the mental plane begins to unfold. The mental plane is the realm of thought, idea, imagination, and perception. It's where beliefs, dreams, memories, and desires reside. This plane is vast, and it governs more of your life than you often realize. Every emotion you feel, every choice you make, begins first as a thought, and every thought carries an energy, shaping your physical experience. Most people live unconsciously in the mental plane, never questioning what they think, never observing the movement of mind. They get carried away by thoughts, pulled by fears, and controlled by unexamined beliefs. They call that life. But it is only repetition, the same energy dressed in new events. To understand the mental plane, one must observe thought as it arises. See it, not as an enemy or a tool, but as a vibration, a movement within consciousness itself. Thought is powerful. It builds empires and destroys nations. It invents worlds and imprisons minds. It can heal, and it can harm. But thought by itself is never the whole truth. It's a reflection, a fragment of what is. When you start to see thought without judgment, without control, it begins to quiet naturally. And in that stillness, another dimension opens: the spiritual plane. The spiritual plane is not somewhere above the clouds. It's not in a book, not in a temple, not in a ritual. It's here, now, the living awareness behind all experience. It is that which observes the body moving and the mind thinking. It is the silent witness that does not change while everything else does. You can call it consciousness, spirit, awareness, or soul. But names don't capture it. It's the essence from which both the physical and mental planes arise. When you awaken to the spiritual plane, you begin to live in balance. The body acts, the mind creates, and the spirit guides. There's harmony. No longer are you torn between desire and duty, between fear and freedom. You act from understanding, not compulsion. This awakening isn't mystical. It's natural. It's what happens when you stop identifying only with the body or the mind. You begin to see that you are the awareness within them both. Once that is seen, life changes. Not because something new was added, but because illusion was removed. You realize success is not just achieving something outwardly. Success is alignment. When your body, mind, and spirit move as one current, not in conflict. The physical world begins to reflect your inner clarity. Your mental state becomes still, creative, and sharp. And spiritually, You feel grounded, not chasing, not escaping, simply being. Every plane feeds the other. If you ignore the body, your mind weakens. If you ignore the mind, your spirit remains clouded. If you ignore the spirit, life becomes mechanical. Action without purpose. Understanding the three planes means integration. The physical acts, the mental directs, the spiritual illuminates. Imagine your being like a lamp. The physical is the structure, the lamp itself. The mental is the wiring that channels energy. And the spiritual is the electricity that gives light. If one is missing, the lamp does not shine. You need all three, united in awareness. The journey of awakening is not escaping the physical world or suppressing thought. It is learning to live consciously through all planes, simultaneously, harmoniously. When you move, let the body express awareness. When you think, let the mind mirror stillness. When you act, let the spirit be your guide. That is mastery, not over others, but over your inner world. Because the outer world bends naturally to a consciousness that is whole. So how do we live this understanding? Begin with observation. Observe your physical body, how it feels, how it moves. Observe your thoughts, what stories they tell, what fears they carry, and then observe that which observes. Stay with that silence. That is you, the true you, beyond all planes yet present in all. As this awareness deepens, something profound happens. Your actions become intelligent. Your words become truthful. Your energy becomes magnetic. People sense your presence, not because you try to appear powerful, but because your being is aligned. This is what every mystic, sage, and conscious creator has spoken of. Not an escape from the world, but a full participation in it, with understanding. Physical mastery without mental clarity leads to chaos. Mental clarity without spiritual vision leads to arrogance. Spiritual vision without physical grounding leads to illusion. But when all three unite, life becomes art, a sacred expression of consciousness experiencing itself. You are meant to operate through all three planes, not separately, but as one seamless movement. That is what it means to awaken. That is what it means to succeed. Because real success is not measured in possessions or power. It is measured in the depth of peace, clarity, and awareness you carry wherever you go. So as you move through life, eat, speak, think, act, do it with awareness. Let every moment become a reminder that you are a multidimensional being, physical, mental, and spiritual, learning to walk as one. When that unity becomes your natural state, there is no resistance, no fear, no doubt. There is only flow, pure intelligence moving as life itself. You are not separate from that intelligence. You are that intelligence, expressing through matter, thought, and spirit. And when you realize that fully, the world opens, potential unfolds, and success follows. Not as an achievement, but as a reflection of who you truly are.